things you're saying make so much sense to me. How did we move away from this traditional structure and way of doing things to where we find ourselves today, where a good percentage of people would take issue with the things that you're proposing?
This is where a lot of the men's groups go wrong. They will tend to blame feminists. They will blame women. And I think that's actually an emasculating thing to do. If you think back to Genesis with Adam and Eve, so she offers him the apple and he takes it because it looks good. It's pleasing to the eye. So he is led astray by his immediate impulses, his desires, rather than what he knows is good, which is obeying God's law. Now, in that story, there's a lot that is packed in because it's about men seeking easy gratification, doing what feels good in the moment rather than sticking to their duty. And then what does he do after he bites the apple? He blames Eve. It's her fault. So it's about men failing as leaders. He wants to put the burden of blame on her instead. And you see that now in many men's response to feminism. Now, what I think actually happened instead is that, remember, a lot of the feminist thinkers originally are men. And what happens is that men encourage feminism because it's a way for them to get easy sex. It's a way for them to get the pleasure of sex without the responsibility of family. So think about free love. What does that really mean? Go back to the 1960s as when most people think of it, the sexual revolution. It actually goes back a bit earlier. And in some of the Marxist writings, you get this fantasy that under these matriarchies that they imagine existed, but we know never really did. There was no marriage and everyone could just have sex with whoever they want. So that's the vision, because in their minds, wouldn't that be great? Free sex, need to worry about monogamy, fidelity, etc. So you've got these guys in the free love movement, sleeping with women, getting easy sex. But there's a cost to that. It's not really free love. And the cost is that they become boys. They don't have that authority that comes with being the husband and the father. And if the state comes in to fulfill those duties instead, then the men, having abdicated that authority, they've run away from the responsibility. Of course, they're going to be left feeling frustrated. But it only makes things worse to blame the women rather than the actual ideology at the heart of it, which is actually harming women just as much. So I think the men versus women narrative is the wrong way to go. It's feminism as a part of liberalism, seeing people as just free and isolated, atomized to make their own choices and not fulfill their duties, not respect other people, not see themselves as enmeshed in that whole network of family and community. That's the problem.